Welcome back, True Seeker. This is my third video on the passing of Rickey Henderson, and I'm a little bit disappointed that the first two videos have hardly gotten any views. Rickey Henderson was a sports legend when I was growing up, and it makes me sad that so few people must be interested in his premature passing, announced on Saturday, December 21st, 2024, on the winter solstice, where season after season, as the solstices come around, we see these suspicious deaths in the world of entertainment. We've been talking about this for over a decade. And again, you learn more about the occult. The numbers in these deaths stand out in major ways. For example, Rickey Henderson is announced dead at 65 on the winter solstice. And lo and behold, there's this practice of coding numbers into words that comes from Kabbalah, known as Gematria. And within the English language, winter solstice has a numerical value of 65. And again, you get these values by just taking the alphabetic order and doing basic addition. As you can see, it says W is worth 5. The reason W is worth 5 is because W is the 23rd letter using the alphabetic order. A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, D is 4, so on. W is the 23rd letter. The numerology of 23 is 2 plus 3 is 5, so W is worth 5. I is the 9th letter, it's worth 9. N is the 14th letter. 14 is 1 plus 4 is 5. T is the 20th letter, so 2 plus 0 is 2, so on. You're just taking the alphabetic order, applying numerology to each letter, and adding up the word. And again, winter solstice, 65. Rickey Henderson, baseball legend, all-time stolen bases leader, announced dead at 65. And they said he died from complications due to pneumonia. We're going to get to that. In light of him playing in the major league. Just to cut, to the chase, pneumonia equals 45 like major league. And he became an MLB baseball player in 79, 45 years ago. We're going to come back to that because that also connects to the Bible. And here he is dead, in the time of Saturnalia, the news on the winter solstice, just before Christmas, when he has a Christmas Day birthday, born December 25th himself. But yeah, just going through the list up here. Why is the word Philadelphia on the screen? Well, because he made his name with the Athletics, who began in Philadelphia. And just like the Warriors, who are in the Bay Area, who began in Philadelphia, they constantly pay tribute to Philadelphia with these teams, even though they've moved to the Bay. We've been documenting this for a long time and taking advantage of it. These sports games are rigged. When you're aware of these things, you can take advantage of rituals that happen on the field, and you can see through the rituals that happen off the field, like R.I.P. Rickey Henderson, who finished his career with the Dodgers, who just won the World Series. And we covered yesterday how the timing of his death syncs up with that World Series. Now, remember, Philadelphia is also biblical. In Revelation, you get a letter written to the Church of Philadelphia about the synagogue of Satan, those who claim to be Jews but are not. And remember, also in Revelation, it's the one place in the Bible, as we have it, which is, chopped up, mistranslated, missing sections. Again, it's given to us the way, essentially, the Catholic Church wanted us to have it. But again, Philadelphia is this Christian church in the Bible. They get the letter about the synagogue of Satan. And remember, in Revelation, there's only one, or in the whole Bible, there's only one physical description of Jesus. And it's in Revelation, starts Revelation 1:14. It's a man with darker complected skin and hair described like wool. And you think about that, you think, sounds like someone of African descent. Not like white Jesus, which is painted in most churches. And look at Rickey Henderson, the physical descriptions of someone who looks more like Rickey Henderson. And again, here's Rickey, who had a Christmas birthday, the birthday that the Catholic Church made for Jesus. Again, the Catholic Church began celebrating the sun's birthday on that day. The winter solstice is the darkest day of the year. The news breaks of this darker complected superstar athlete prematurely passing at 65. And again, sadly, this is just par for the course. We see year after year in the time of Saturnalia, you know, and it's not always darker complected, man. I mean, think about what they did to poor Chris Farley, you know. Saturnalia runs from December 17th to the 23rd. The solstice typically falls on December 21st. Rickey's news broke on December 21st that he had passed the day prior, December 20th. And somebody is so restless this morning. Sweet girl. But again, from this time period up through Christmas, up through New Year's, it's always full of suspicious celebrity death. We're here documenting this every single year. So this is the third video. I've covered a lot of information already. Please feel free to go back and watch the other 3 videos. But yesterday I didn't see what the cause of death was. I caught this morning they're saying he died from complications due to pneumonia. And we did talk about yesterday how he died 45 years after his big league career began in '79. Again, his big league career began on modern Freemasonry's birthday, June 24th, 1979. That's the day he was called up. And it's important that it was modern Freemasonry's birthday because all the major American sports are credited to Freemasons. Baseball is credited to Abner Doubleday, Freemason. Football credited to Walter Camp, Freemason. Basketball credited to Naismith, Freemason. Freemasonry is based in Kabbalah. This practice of coding numbers into words comes from Kabbalah. For the person who left the comment on one of the Rickey videos that this stuff only matters if you believe in numerology, that is a false statement and an ignorant statement. It doesn't matter what you or I believe. I don't believe in numerology. I don't really believe in any of this stuff. I'm just here exposing what's going on because it's going on every day, and it's pretty obvious why once you have enough information to why it's going on. Again, we live in a nation that was founded by members of secret societies like Freemasonry, and they've been doing this the whole time. The Kabbalistic belief is God created and controls the world through numbers, letters, and words. So anyhow, look at the overlap with pneumonia and Major League. Again, these are the 2 ciphers that I began with in 2013. The alphabetic order. Hey, you. Hey, you. The alphabetic order and the alphabetic order with numerology. Again, one, you're not using numerology. The green one, you're just using the alphabetic order. A is 1 up to Z is 26. And you can see pneumonia and Major League both equal 108. Like there's 108 double stitches on a baseball. 108 is a special... Oh no, sweet love. What is it? You don't want to eat? You're so restless? You don't want to sleep? What's going on, my girl? But again, 108 is this super special number. When the Cubs broke the drought of the 108 years in the World Series, we had that called out in spring training, just like we had the Dodgers in spring training this year. It's all numerical ritual. But remember who not the Dodgers, but who the Cubs, when they broke the 108-year drought, remember who they beat? They beat the city that's known for the film Major League, the Cleveland Indians. And if you take the alphabetic order with numerology, pneumonia and Major League are both 45. 45 is the 9th triangular number. Baseball's a game of 9 innings. A perfect inning for a pitcher with strikeouts is 9 straight strikes. It's a very rare phenomenon, but you would strike out all 3 batters with 9 straight strikes. Again, 9, very special number. And remember, Masonry, a lot of its roots go back to Pythagoras and the Pythagoreans, and Pythagoras at 9 was God. In the case of Rickey Henderson, he played for 9 Major League Baseball teams. And, you know, here he is dead in winter solstice / Christmas ritual, essentially being substituted for the sacrifice of Jesus, the Son of God. And again, I guess just to quickly recap some of these other things, because the other 2 videos I've done on this have hardly gotten any views. He died 179 days after his MLB debut anniversary. That's the 41st prime. Oakland equals 41. LA also equals 41, who he finished his career with. We just saw the Dodgers win the World Series 4-1. And he finished his career with the Dodgers. Again, the debut 45 years ago, going with his cause of death. He died a span of 93 days from the anniversary of his last game on September 19th in Saturnalia, and he also died 21 years after his retirement in 2003. Saturn has a gematria of 93 and 21. And remember, God's Son, Nazareth, crucifix, they all equal 93. They say Jesus' crucifixion is April 3rd, the 93rd day of the year. That's something science put out back in 2012. And remember, the 930th chapter of a Protestant Bible is where the Christian section begins with Matthew 1. In Sumerian gematria, where you multiply the alphabetic order times 6, Christianity equals 930. And just for the record, so does Oakland Athletics, who Rickey Henderson made his name with. But yes, Rickey won the World Series 2 times. The last time was in 93, only for him to die in this 93 Saturnalia ritual. He also won the World Series in 89. Remember, the gospel is 89 chapters long. 89 is the 11th Fibonacci number. Jesus equals 11. 89 is also the 24th prime number, and Rickey wore 24 for a lot of his career and is now dead at the end of 2024. Just like how the first 2 football championships this year, college and pro, they were about 89 and 24. Harbaugh got his 89th win with Michigan. Mahomes got his 89th win with the Chiefs. 89 is the 24th prime. Mahomes also got the 24th playoff win for the Chiefs, winning the Super Bowl in Missouri, the 24th state. A lot of this 89-24. For the record, Rickey equals 35 like Saturnalia. He did wear 35 when he was called up to Major League Baseball, and his birthday, 1225, is a lot like the number 1225, which has a square root of 35. Remember, words like Catholic, Holy See, Jesuitism, they all equal 35. It's the Catholic Church who ultimately gave us the language and the code and modern Freemasonry. Again, modern Freemasonry traces back Jesuit priests. And again, that's how this whole system got synced up in the 16th century. We're on a calendar that was given to us by a Jesuit priest. The language goes back to the church. More quick recap. Rickey Henderson set the stolen bases record on the Illuminati's birthday anniversary, May Day. Remember, the Illuminati was founded by the Jesuit Adam Weishaupt. May 1st, 1991. That anniversary was 33 years ago in 2024. Masonry equals 33, like order, like secrecy, like Jesus on the cross at age 33. But notice, from that day to his death, December 20th, was 233 days later, which is the 51st prime number. And he set the record on 5-1. Remember, Adam Weishaupt equals 51. That's who founded the Illuminati on May 1st. 233 is also the 13th Fibonacci number. Rickey died on 13-date numerology on a Friday, and it goes with the Illuminati being founded with 13 families. Oakland also equals 41, which is the 13th prime. And remember, he died 179 days after his MLB debut anniversary. 179 is the 41st prime, 41 is the 13th prime. Jesus and his 12 disciples, the sun, and the 12 constellations. Here we are on the winter solstice, again, the darkest day of the year, where the sun begins to resurrect. But yes, the World Series this year did end on October 30th. Rickey's last MLB team did win it. Rickey died 51 days later. And just for the record, the word conspiracy is 51 as well. And again, notice where Oakland Athletics, the team he made his name with, set the stolen bases record with. Notice the overlap with Oakland Athletics and Christianity, 155. Again, in Sumerian gematria, multiplying the alphabetic order times 6, both of those things equal 930. Dead in this 93 ritual. Again, look it up. The Protestant Bible, the 930th chapter is where the Christian section begins. And the date he died, it had a lesser date numerology of 56. You get that by adding 12 plus 20 plus 24. Of course, Society of Jesus equals 56. That's the Jesuits. Oakland Athletics equals 56. Athletics alone also equals 56. You can see the 4 base ciphers on the screen. The alphabetic order, the reverse alphabetic order, and both orders with numerology. I should have put winter solstice up here. Winter solstice is 191 and 187, just like Society of Jesus, also 65, like his age of death in Christianity. But you can see how Athletics has the 34 and 146. You can see Jesus has the 34. 34 is the 9th Fibonacci number. Again, coming back to baseball and 9. You can see how Jesus Christ has the 146, like John 14:6. Society of Jesus, that 187 is important because it's part of the Abrahamic religions, which are based in the Torah. That's 187 chapters. But yeah, here, let me type in winter solstice real quick so you can compare that with Society of Jesus. And just for the record, the leader of the Society of Jesus, his birthday is November 12th. Arturo Sosa. Rickey Henderson died 38 days after his birthday. Death, murder, killing, RIP, they all equal 38. But winter solstice, 191 and 187. Also 65, like I said, like his age of death. 88, like how old the Pope is right now. But Society of Jesus, 191, 187. Same thing. And here's the other thing about the day he died. The full date numerology for that day was 76. 12 plus 20 plus 20 plus 24. The Superior General is 76 right now. But words like slave, Negro, blues, Rasta, the list goes on. They all equal 76. And remember, Black History Month was recognized by the feds in 1976, and the first black president was Barack Obama, whose name equals 76. And if you don't know, Obama announced he was running for president exactly 31 years to the day. February 10th, 2007 was the day Obama announced he was running. That was 31 years to the day of Black History Month being recognized by the federal government in 76. Obama's 31. 31's the 11th prime. Black is 11, like Jesus. Again, we talked about Rickey winning the World Series in 89, the 11th Fibonacci number, and there being 89 chapters in the gospel. And just in case you don't know, words like religion are 89. The word number is 89. The New Testament begins with a tribute to mathematics in Matthew with the 42 generations to Jesus. Notice how math is 42, and notice how New Testament is 42. Matthew equals 27, like there's 27 chapters. Or excuse me, 27 books in the New Testament. New Testament's 42 and 66, just like math is. 42 and 66. Protestant Bibles end with the 66th book. 66 is the 11th triangular number, coming back to Jesus in 11, the master number in numerology. Yeah, so when people leave comments like, you have to believe in numerology for this to make sense. No, actually, all you have to do is do better research and have better critical thinking skills and realize that numbers are very important to people who are in charge. That's why the fourth book of the Bible is called Numbers. That's why I'm documenting the same numerical rituals over and over and over and over and over. And again, here you can see that Rickey, he wore a lot of numbers in his career, but 35 through parts of his career, big Saturnalia number, 24, big number connected to his death. 39 is the books in the Old Testament. 14 is how the generations of Jesus are divided up. 3 sections of 14 for 42 total. If you noticed when I wrote up slave up here, you might have noticed it also had the 14 in code. Slave 1431. And remember, Black History Month ends on the 59th day of the year. Motown in 59. Ephesians 6 verses 5 through 9. Slaves, obey your masters. Acts 7:6, about 400 years of slavery. Acts, the 44th book of the Bible. That's why Obama was number 44 years after the Civil Rights Act. But Obama has all these numbers connected to him. Look at the 14 and 31 in his own name. We just saw Barack Obama's 76, and again, his Secret Service name was Renegade. So that's another thing, you know. Again, it's not about what you or I believe. It's about what the Kabbal's into and why. And again, they're into it because of Kabbalah, where it says God created the world with numbers, letters, and words. And these people are using it all the time. Just like they say, the Lord giveth and he taketh. These people are taking lives like they're the Lord. So anyway, we'll leave it there for now, Truth Seeker. Again, thank you to everyone who hits the like and the share and spreads the work. And until next time.